Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, where the hell you're listening to this. You're listening to Nerds Talking Sports, the Sports Pod with Dad Boss. This is your host, Jack Knife, alongside your other hosts, Tommy Joe and Tim Horton. How you doing, gentlemen?
Pretty good. It's all right. It's all right.
It's not 110 degrees anymore, so I'm good.
It's kind of chilly. It's like 80 degrees outside.
Yeah, I had to put on my sweater today.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, how was your 4th of July?
I don't remember it.
I did nothing on 4th of July. We were going to go to the Blue Claws game, but the power was out in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a suite, but the power was out, so we couldn't go. So we did nothing. It's great.
Yeah, I saw something about, Lakewood Blue Claws or Jersey Shore Blue Claws having to cancel a game because of the power outage. But yeah, I was in Cape Cod during all of that. So we got to see fireworks on the beach, come home for my wife's, freaking my wife's alternator goes bad. Then the oven circuit board fried and the AC was fried. So 3, when it rains, it pours. It comes in 3s, but we'll get through it. But yeah, that brings us to the topic of this week's episode. We are just celebrated America's 250th birthday, and we're going to talk about some of the best sports moments in American history, like time events or accomplishments in sports that have a more patriotic theme to it. But before we get to that, let's fulfill our sponsorly obligations. This episode is brought to you by Recoil Garage, your local diesel, fleet, and performance specialist right here in Howell, New Jersey. Recoil Garage handles everything from everyday repairs to high-performance builds. With over 15 years of mechanic experience, we've got the skills to keep you moving. Recoil Garage delivers quality you can trust. They provide comprehensive vehicle services such as motorcycle and power sports service, automotive repair, performance upgrades and custom builds, diesel diagnostics and repair, marine and boat repair work, and fleet maintenance programs. Whether it's your weekend toy or your daily driver, we treat every vehicle like our own. Recoil Garage has merch too. You can buy t-shirts, hoodies, and sticker packs straight from the online store. Visit recoilgarage.com. That's recoilgarage.com to book your service today. All right, gentlemen, let's get into it. I have a lot I could pick from as far as, patriotic moments in American sports history. I mean, they're pretty much all Olympics, but who wants to go first?
I'll go first. On the esport end of it, I know you guys, without me, you don't really know about esports.
No.
But in 2016, in the Esport League of Legends specifically, they were doing the tournament. The second time they've ever done this tournament. It was called the Mid-Season Invitational. So there's 2 splits. There's like this spring split and then the summer split. And then there's in the middle, there's an international tournament where all the best teams from all around the world, I think there's 8 of them, something like that, at the time, play against each other. They're all winning. They all won their region. So they're all coming to play against each other. It was during the beginning of this tournament, the group stages event before it was like double round robin. And a team called Counter Logic Gaming, CLG, they no longer exist. They got sold. But they were like America's team. Everyone on the team was American. They had a Canadian. I'm counting North Americans on this roster. No Koreans, no Chinese players or anything like that. And they were going against the Chinese team, and they were the favorites to win. And this is only in the group stage, or group stages. So it's not like it was the ending of the tournament. It was in the beginning of the tournament. But they came in and they were massive underdogs against the Chinese team, and they came in and they beat them in like one of the most barn burner games. It was very intense. And if you watch like the American casters who's like casting the game, he's screaming the entire time. He's like, I believed in this team. I never doubted this team. It was the most hype thing ever. But then they lost later, so it didn't even really matter.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's the bad ending of the miracle, which I'll get to later.
Yeah. And then that's really all I can really think about in big like tournaments. But when it comes to like North America and versus EU, because there's a big rivalry, North America versus EU, and we're always like, who's better, whatever. And there's actually a big match tonight for North America versus EU. We'll see who's better. I see it actually at the mid-season invitational. It's been 10 years. It's a different team though playing. But overall, since 2011, North America has won 62 games versus Europe, and Europe has won 71 games against North America, which was really saddening because that just makes me realize that EU is greater than NA at this point in time. But another fun fact, which has nothing to do with patriotism, I just had to highlight this. Last night, there's a team called SKT T1, or just called T1. They're undoubtedly probably the greatest esports dynasty in all of League of Legends esports. They've won the world championships, I believe, 5 times, which no other team has even come close. In their entire tenure as a team, in any international tournament, they have never placed lower than top 4. Last night, they didn't make top 4 at MSI, and they got knocked out by EU in this like insanely one-sided game. It was a best of 5 series, but EU beat them 3-1, which was like, it's unheard of. Crowd was going wild. I watched the aftermath of it because I was asleep, but it was like very intense. You could see like in the crowd, everyone's like freaking out because this is just unheard of that T1 doesn't make it to top 4, because if they make it to top 4, I think it's like 70% chance they're just going to win the whole thing.
Yeah. So not to get too far off topic here, Tim. So what game do they play?
This is League of Legends specifically.
League of Legends, yeah.
League of Legends, okay.
Yeah. Fun fact, for those of you who look at the NTS logo, we put the keyboard,
WASD.
The WASD in the logo for Tim. So
originally I had a controller, and Tim's like, no controller.
No controller.
Keys.
Gotta be keycaps.
Actually.
I don't have my glasses.
You just freaking snort.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Actually,
I thought that was Tom for a second.
No, that was
it was me.
It was me. See?
All right.
So that's all you got, Tim?
That's all I got. Yep.
All right. I guess I'll go next and let Jack close out his segment.
Mm-hmm.
So the first, when I think of myself, when I think of major patriotic sporting events, sporting moments, the first thing that comes to my mind is the 2001 MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 at Dover. This was the first NASCAR race post 9/11 in Dover. So, within the vicinity,
the default track to New York City, I guess.
It was supposed to be at New Hampshire the week prior. Because that weekend, the weekend of 9/11 was supposed to be New Hampshire. That race got postponed to the end of the season. But this was the first race back since 9/11, fairly close to where it happened. You think about it, you had the World Trade Center, Flight 97 down in PA, and you had the Pentagon.
Yeah.
So kind of like right there in the middle of all of it. I remember, I don't really remember much of that race. I was, 6,
7.
Yes, I was 6. Yes. Sorry, brain fart. I was 6. I don't really remember much of it, but looking back at it, I looked up a little bit about it before today's episode. So do you know why it was called the Cal Ripken Jr. 400?
The baseball player.
Yes.
Was it because he was retiring or something?
Yes, he was supposed to play his last game that day.
Hmm.
So he was the grand marshal for the race because he was playing for the Orioles at the time.
Oh, he always played for the Orioles.
Yes.
Let me just make sure.
So he was supposed to play his last game. He was supposed to be the grand marshal for that race and play his last game that night. Unfortunately, that never happened. The game got postponed because of 9/11. But fans, NASCAR handed out American flags. All the fans, you could see it throughout the whole broadcast. Everyone was had banners. God bless America, united we stand, divided we fall. The typical stuff you saw at that time. And I think Lee Greenwood sang God bless the USA. And who else sang? I can't think of who did the national anthem, but Dale Jr. ends up winning this race. I mean, at that time, who could you? I mean, maybe Jeff Gordon, but very iconic to see Dale Jr. win that race, and he wins that race, and he ends up doing the victory lap with the American flag hanging out of the car. It's just something that's very iconic that I think of when I think of American moments. That bounce back after 9/11, which I don't think we'll ever see again. I mean, hopefully we don't have a reason like that to do that again.
Yeah,
but like
definitely not.
It's sad to think how united we were as a country right after that. Another one that I can think of again around 9/11, when George Bush threw the opening pitch it was the first game at Yankee Stadium of the World Series, right?
Yes, it was Game 3.
Yes, and I remember you see articles about it and stuff, videos, and he was so nervous about underthrowing it. Because he didn't want to look bad.
Did you hear what Derek Jeter told him leading up to it?
What was that?
George Bush asked Derek Jeter, do I throw it from in front of the mound or on the rubber? Jeter goes, throw it from the rubber or else they'll boo you. And he says, okay. George goes to the rubber. Jeter says to him, George, don't bounce it. They'll boo you.
That's what I remember, yes.
And he throws a perfect strike down the middle.
Well, he did own the Rangers, right?
Yeah, he did own the Texas Rangers for a time.
Tom, it was Tanya Tucker who sung.
Tanya Tucker, that's who I was thinking of. She sang "God Bless America" and the national anthem.
Yep.
Yes.
And she's 67 now.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, go on, Tom.
That would be my two submissions. I'm sure there's more, but I don't want to hog it. This is your segment, but those are like the first two that, like, when I think of great American sport moments, those, because I know there's others that I can think of, but I know you're going to talk about them, and you're going to be way more well versed than I am.
Yeah, there's definitely at least one you could talk about regarding the 9/11, and that was 10 days after 9/11, Shea Stadium, the first baseball game in New York since 9/11. It was the Mets versus the Braves, and the Braves were winning 2-1 in the 8th inning, and Mike Piazza steps up with a man on base, and he just cranks a home run to center field, and it was just like a release of energy for all the fans to like celebrate something. And the day after, like, grieving after what happened 10 days earlier. But yeah, let's go through what I have listed. I mean, I think most people would consider the 1980 Miracle on Ice to be the best American moment in American sports history. For those of you, Tim, are you familiar with this at all or no?
I'm not.
I mean, they literally made a movie about it.
Yeah, well, let me put it this way. At the Olympics at this time, there was no professional athletes, so no NHL players, but there were no Soviet players in the NHL. And the Soviets basically had like honorary Red Army members playing for them, and they were a powerhouse team. They won 4 straight gold medals. And the U.S. team was college kids, like literally college kids. And they get destroyed at Madison Square Garden at a game before the Olympics even start. They get killed by the Soviets. But to get to the gold medal game, yeah, people forget this wasn't the gold medal game. The U.S. needs to beat the Soviets to get to the gold medal game, and they shock the world, winning 4-3. Mike Eruzione scores the game winner late in the third period, and the iconic celebration, just him like twirling his arms around. Jim Craig stood on his head in goal, and they came from behind every goal in those Olympics. In fact, when they were trailing in the gold medal game to, I think it was Finland, Herb Brooks says to them in the intermission, Herb Brooks is the coach. Herb Brooks goes, if you lose this game, you'll take this to your fucking grave. Then it's real silent for like 10, 20 seconds. Then he turns around and yells, to your fucking grave, and then just slams the door shut. Message received because they did come back and win. And that they won the gold medal there. And that was, for a time, that was the U.S.'s. The U.S. wouldn't win another gold medal until this recent Olympics, 2026, when Jack Hughes scored the overtime winner against Canada. I'd still have to give the 1980 Miracle, more prestige because that was like in the backdrop of the Cold War, and we were literally playing the Soviet Union. Whereas like U.S. and Canada now, whereas it's just like shit talking on Twitter. I mean,
It's the same thing.
yeah. I
You
mean,
have the same outcome. Nothing.
yeah. There's another example. It's a 1992 USA Dream Team basketball in the Olympics. This was the first USA roster to feature all NBA players. They went 8-0 in the tournament, and they beat their opponents by an average of 44 points. Some of the names on the team included MJ, obviously, John Stockton, Patrick Ewing, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley. That's just to name a few.
Michael Jordan, the NASCAR team owner?
Yes, that Michael Jordan. Yeah. Another example, 1936, Jesse Owens. The Olympics were in Berlin, so yeah, Nazi Germany. And he set for a time a record for amount of gold medals won in a single Olympics. He won the gold medal in the 100-meter dash, the long jump, 200-meter dash, and the 4x100-meter relay. And funnily enough, Lutz Long, who was Owens' rival, gave him some advice that kept him from being disqualified in the long jump. Lutz was like, listen, see, I'm putting my towel here, jump from there. Owens jumped from there and qualified, and Lutz was there to congratulate him. Fun fact, him and Lutz remained friends until Lutz died in fighting for Germany in World War II. But yeah, that gold medal, 4 gold medals in a single Olympics, that stood unbroken for 48 years. And it was, I believe, Mark Spitz. Maybe not Mark Spitz, but eventually Mark Spitz did achieve 7 gold medals in 1972. That would be broken in 2008 by Michael Phelps out of Maryland. He won 8 gold medals in the single Olympic Games and set 7 world records in the process. So yeah, I literally just flew through all my examples there.
There's one more that I could think of. It's not really a winning moment, but it is an American moment. Jack, you might remember this. I think it was 2003 at Le Mans.
I don't think I do, no.
When NASCAR entered in under Garage 56, a NASCAR stock car at Le Mans.
I don't think I'm aware of this.
So there's this one shot of all the cars for Le Mans, for the 24 hours of Le Mans. There's one shot that shows all the cars, and right in the middle is the stock car, and it's like twice the size of anything else that's there.
Really?
Everyone, all the Europeans, they're like, oh, NASCAR, oh, Americans, they just turn left. The car was actually performed pretty well. It wasn't a stock NASCAR stock car. They beefed it up a bit. They made it, so it could go 24 hours. I remember the American team won the pit crew challenge that they had before it. They had the fastest pit crew time. It raced in its own category, but it was just as fast as the GTD cars, which are like your Ferraris, Corvettes, stuff like that. It was actually as fast or faster than those cars.
Are you sure it was 2003? Because I'm trying to find
2004.
I'm trying to find this picture. I don't know.
Just like NASCAR Le Mans. That's all you.
Okay, because I typed in NASCAR Le Mans 2003. But
you don't have to be specific. I said I think it was 2003, maybe in 2004.
Well, I think I found the picture from recently, and yeah, it definitely stands out because they were there. NASCAR was there recently.
Oh, did I say 2003?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
23. My bad.
Okay, then the picture I'm looking at is from, but yeah, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
It's just massive. It's just that Camaro just right there, just in the middle. Tim,
just hi.
What is going on?
We lost him.
I'm here.
No, he's just frozen. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh.
With a very peculiar face.
My camera keeps freezing for some reason.
Oh, and then you also have Ford v Ferrari.
I still need to watch that movie.
That is such a good movie.
So that movie pisses me off as an actual race fan and a mechanic because the inconsistencies. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. You guys would love it. But like, there's one part where they're in the movie where they're racing at supposed to be at Daytona, but it's clearly Fontana. And
Okay.
like, that's not Daytona. I could see it. If you don't know what either track looks like, you go, sure, yeah, that's Daytona. But I mean, that's when Ford beat Ferrari. You know, Ferrari owned Le Mans, and Ford was destined to beat Ferrari at Le Mans.
Yeah. Now, what pisses you off more, Tom? The inconsistencies in Ford v Ferrari, or the inconsistencies in Days of Thunder?
Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah.
By a mile. Because Days of Thunder was made in the late 80s.
Fair enough. Or early 90s, actually.
Well, it was released in 90.
Yeah, it was made. It was like
Made in the late 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Ford v Ferrari was made a lot sooner. Like, I can't imagine, like, if you have a movie budget, you couldn't just go to Daytona. I mean, granted, California's a lot closer to Hollywood, but like, you couldn't go to Daytona.
Guess not.
Just make it look a little bit more real. Because like, there's also one scene very early on in the movie where they're in, what's his name? I can't think of the name of the racer. Christian Bale's character. I can't think of his name.
And I just had it up because I want to see what streaming service is on. It's on Peacock. Ken Miles.
They're in his garage, and in the background. Now, granted, this is the 60s. It's like, you know, this is late, early 60s, the beginning of the movie, mid 60s. There's a head from an LS engine. The LS engine didn't come out till the 90s. Late 90s. And I'm like, like, you guys would never see that. You guys would never notice that. I noticed that. That's
the prop master not knowing what engines are made when, and they're just like, this is going to look good here.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, it doesn't ruin the movie for me.
Right.
But like, it just takes me out of the immersion just by a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm the same way, Tom. If I notice something like that, I'm a big film guy, like took film in high school, and I notice the smallest inconsistencies from one scene to another. I'm like, oh, his zipper was actually lower by 5 inches, and it brings me out of it. I hate that I do this to myself.
Yeah, there was a scene in the room. You know what? I'm not going to mention the room. But speaking of movies, you did like bring up Miracle earlier, the movie itself. I got to say, Kurt Russell was perfect casting as Herb Brooks. There is one scene in the movie that like they completely exaggerated. They made it seem like they set up a week of tryouts just for Herb to say like, I picked the team on day one. That didn't happen. But they did go to play in like some Eastern European country. It might have been like the Norwegian team from Norway. Speaking of Norway, shout out to Erling Haaland. But yeah, there was a scene they played in like some type of like preliminary game before the Olympics, and the team just did not care. They did not give a shit. They tied whoever they were playing, and their minds weren't in it. Herb Brooks says to his assistant coach Craig Patrick, "Get a whistle," and he basically has them doing suicides on the ice for like an hour or two. Like that actually happened. And like that's where you get some famous Herb Brooks quotes. You think you have enough talent to win on talent alone? Gentlemen, you don't have enough talent to win on talent alone. Again, blows the whistle, and they have to go blue line back, red line back, far blue line back, red line, far red line back. They nicknamed them Herbies. It freaking took a lot out of you.
Sounds like everything Herbies. You just said, Jack, went over my head. Like any esports I talk about, I guarantee it. Like over your head. Oh, red line. What's this? What's that?
Well, Tim, if you just Google a picture of a hockey rink, you'll see immediately what I want to talk about. A blue line, a red line. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could get it if I took a look. I did do another little bit of Googling while we're here. There's probably a more patriotic moment in esports that I just found.
Fake fan right here. Fake fan.
Actually, I don't watch this esport, so that's why.
Is it iRacing?
No. So it's Counter-Strike Go, which is a shooter, and it's basically a tactical type game where you play on 2 different sides. It's like I think like a round of 30 different rounds, and the first 16, I believe, wins, or 15. and there's overtime if you guys are tied. You have to win by 2. But in 2018 in Boston, the All-American team called Cloud9 faced off against a team called FaZe Clan, which I'm sure anyone who has any inkling of the internet knows what FaZe Clan is. If you played Call of Duty, you know what that is. But basically, they were the underdogs of the entire tournament, and I looked up the rounds. They lost in their first 3 games, went all the way to the lowest bracket possible, then won all the way and won the entire tournament. And I'm gone. And won the entire tournament. I'm back.
You're back.
I don't know why my camera does that. Anyway, they won the entire tournament on home soil in Boston. And they're the first North American team to ever win the what's called as the CSGO Major, which is the biggest tournament in Counter-Strike. So that's definitely a patriotic moment because they beat the European team, who was in Boston. In Boston. Yeah. And then they were favorites to win the tournament. So
you think they dumped the European stuff in the harbor after
the tea?
Celebrate? No, like their equipment, keyboards, computers.
They definitely did. They definitely did.
Yeah, I got one more example going back to 9/11. The first NHL game in New York City after 9/11 was the Sabres versus the Rangers. The Sabres wore jerseys instead of Buffalo that said New York on them, and the Rangers jerseys also said New York instead of Rangers on them. And there's an iconic photo of Mark Messier wearing the helmet of FDNY chief Ray Downey. Before the game, I think it was someone on the FDNY hockey team. I saw a thing on, I don't know how true this is. It came from Reddit, said that Ray Downey was the first captain of the FDNY hockey team. Again, don't know how true that is, but Ray Downey died in 9/11. Someone gave Mark Messier the helmet and, told him to wear it, I think. But I think the Rangers overcame a 3-goal deficit to win in overtime that game. I think Brian Leetch scored the game winner, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
Yeah. But that was not a good time in Ranger history, but at least we got that. So
there was another time. There's another. I forgot what year it was. I want to say 2018, 2019, 2017, somewhere around there. I remember it was when Monster was the premier sponsor for the Cup Series. Ricky Stenhouse won the Coke Zero for 100. And when he won, he got out of the car. That's back when, actually, no, it was probably 2017 because it was still at Daytona. He got out of the car and he goes, back to back. The first thing he says, microphone in his face, he goes, back to back world champs, 1776. We are the champs. It was a weird thing.
It was 2017, July 1st.
Did you guys watch the UFC event on the White House lawn?
No, I was in Pocono.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have cable.
I mean, the concept of it is pretty cool, not gonna lie.
There was a guy do you remember Rob from last year?
I think so.
From Pocono?
I think so.
And then girlfriend Hannah, Rob and Hannah, they were at Pocono last year. He lives in the DC area.
I don't know. Maybe if I saw a picture of him, I'd be like, that guy.
He came up to Pocono this year, and he was with us Saturday, and he left Saturday because he was going to the UFC match on Sunday.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, so I had to reach out to him, see what he thought of it.
I saw some pretty cool,
I saw clips.
Snippets of it. Yeah, it looked really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
The flyovers look pretty cool. I'm a sucker for flyovers.
Same. I was disappointed we didn't get one when I went last year, but I understood because of the weather.
We got flyover this year. It was pretty good, and it wasn't a Hercules again. I feel like every time I go to a NASCAR race, it's always a Hercules. Again? Yeah. A17.
Oh, okay.
AC17.
Gotcha.
Just watching it's like essentially just watching a semi fly in the sky.
I remember last year I really wanted to go with you guys, but I didn't have the time. And then this year we didn't go because I don't know. I didn't.
You could have gone. You didn't ask.
Well, you didn't ask.
The invitation's always there.
Well, you didn't tell me that it was happening.
Yeah. Well, next year will be long enough after baby's born. So
that's true. That's true.
I do have one more example going back to thinking back to 9/11, I do remember the first Jet game after 9/11 was in Foxborough against the Patriots. Watching Mo Lewis knock Drew Bledsoe out of the game. And in comes Tom Brady.
That was the first game after 9/11?
If I'm not mistaken, yes.
Well, yeah, because the season would have started the week prior, right?
Something like that, yeah. Like, because before 9/11, the Giants played a Monday night football game. I remember I've seen 9/11 as it happens footage because people start bringing out their cameras like, I got to film this, and they saw some guy on the street saying like, dude, I missed work this morning because I stayed up late watching the Giants. Where that plane hit is where my office is. Monday Night Football saved my life, or something along those lines.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it is.
Speaking of Monday Night Football, I'm not eating Belgian waffles anymore.
Oh, listen, like
I know. I felt like I was watching Game 5 of the 2004 World Series again.
Do you mean 2024 World Series?
I keep doing that. Yes, the 2024 World Series. I felt like I was watching Game 5 again.
But listen,
U.S. got destroyed.
We did.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, we won the gold medal in hockey. So anything else after that was gravy. So, I mean, the real stars.
They gave us hope. That was the problem. They gave us hope.
I mean, let's be honest. The real stars of the World Cup this year is Norway and Erling Haaland. I just followed him, and like I'm like, how did I miss what a freaking meme this guy is? Especially, I love the pictures like that says like he looks like Majin Buu. Tim, did you see those?
Majin Buu?
Thank
you. Yes, he does look like a Super Boo. He unironically looks. Just put him in pink, put him in a pink cosplay. He'll look like Majin Buu.
I love the still image of him, like where he's like mid sprint or something, and like that's honestly terrifying.
Yeah.
I saw it was like a 3060 AD. You're an Englishman, and a Viking ship storms your shores, and it's just him like, ah.
I will take all your women.
The funniest thing I saw though, it was some makeup influencer or hairstylist on Instagram. Blonde hair, blue eyes, all the facial features of Haaland, looks just like him except female. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to open the comments and just see nothing but Haaland memes. Not only do I see Haaland memes, the top reply is Haaland going, hi. She made like 2 videos in response to it trying to look like him.
She doesn't have to try to look. She just does.
I meant like doing his hairstyle.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I low-key kind of hope Norway wins just because of him. He's funny.
Who are they playing next?
I don't know.
I don't care anymore.
Okay.
I don't care anymore.
I don't care anymore. Like,
the biggest loser here,
the biggest loser here is Fox, because no one's going to watch anymore.
Yeah.
America.
Shout out to Tim. Yeah, shout out to Tim though. He knew who Erling Haaland was last week's episode when we were asked to name 5 non-American players.
He did. I didn't know any names.
The only reason I knew,
I knew Messi and Ronaldo, but I feel like even those
everyone knows Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah, everyone does.
Who called Messi Portuguese though? No, Ronaldo's Portuguese. Messi's Argentinian.
Yes. Wait, Ronaldo? I thought he was. Oh wait, no, he's Portugal. He plays for Portugal. I'm dumb.
Yeah, Ronaldo's Portuguese.
Yeah. Norway plays England. All right, Norway's got to beat England, right? We don't like England here.
We don't like England.
No.
Is the Scots still in it? Darton Army?
Scotland versus.
But yeah, I don't have any more examples after this.
They're out. Brazil killed them.
Damn. All right, then I'm putting all my money on Norway.
All right. Anyway, any more examples, or do we want to head into questions?
We're good. I think we'll head into questions. We don't have any questions this week, unfortunately. However, I missed a voicemail last week.
We did, yes.
So I have a voicemail here from longtime friend of the show, fan of the show. Would have been a great question for Zach too. However, I think all 3 of us could answer this. So I'm going to play it.
Oh, you're setting the standards high. Tom, I hope you're right.
All right, gentlemen, it's Josh Blum giving you a call for the first time. And, you got me thinking last week when we were talking soccer and Zach mentioned playing soccer back in high school. It got me thinking, what did you guys play? When did you play it? How long did you play? And did you ever have aspirations for, superstardom? Let me know.
So thank you, Josh. I know what Jack did.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone
randomly out of nowhere. I was really shocked when he did this.
Cross country?
Yes. I feel like it was random in high school.
Yeah, well, yeah, cross country, like I gotta start running again. I gotta get that skinny again. I mean,
you and me both.
I don't know, Tom. Maybe I'll send you a picture of me running from high school. Maybe I won't. But funny. Yeah, I think it's safe to say all three of us played soccer when we were really little.
Oh yeah, I played soccer.
I mean, I went to Ivy League, so I did sports all throughout Ivy League. But like this, it's a camp.
But yeah,
I was like, you did not go to an Ivy League college. What are you on about?
Dude, I went to Bernard. I went to Colgate. I went to what else was there? I was in Bernard, Colgate, Hofstra. Yeah, I went to all those schools, dude.
Yeah.
All the groups were named after colleges.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I did soccer because everyone does soccer. I played baseball, Little League for a couple of years. Then, middle school, I didn't do anything. Freshman year of high school, I didn't do anything. My family pushed me into cross country, and I'm grateful for it. I loved it. I made a lot of friends that way. My personal record in a 5K, 19 minutes, 28 seconds. And I got my varsity letter senior year. Unfortunately, I was on Freehold Township, and Freehold Township was the best public school in the state when it came to cross country at the time. So, yeah, I basically added depth there, but I was still there to support my friends no matter what. And then,
holy shit, it's Graham.
Graham. I love Graham.
I love Graham Huggins.
That's so funny.
Dude, the amount of people who made Graham jokes in high school was like, for listeners who don't know, Graham is a very tall African-American gentleman. And they were like, oh yeah, Graham's going to marry a Kenyan woman and they're going to have children and his children are just going to run out of the womb. That was the joke with Graham.
I remember one day we're hanging out with, I think it was just Jack Justin. And
okay, let's move on.
And we're at the shopping center near our house, and we're just walking by Target, and he sees Graham, and he goes, "Holy shit, it's Graham!"
I've got an embarrassing story about Graham. Jack, you can come back.
Jack, you were in high school. You were a kid. It's fine.
Yeah, we were kids. My embarrassing story with Graham has nothing to do with Graham. I went under the knife to get, I had a surgery at 19, and I was so high when I woke up. The nurse who was looking over at me looked like Graham. And I was like, Graham, is that you?
Oh, geez. I got to send him this after we release it. He's going to be mortified.
It was not Graham.
So I think my sports tenure is more embarrassing than all yours. More embarrassing than you going, holy shit, it's Graham. Bowling. I was really into bowling. My dad being older and out of shape, the really only sport we could play together was bowling. So that's what we did. I remember I started bowling back in 2003, doing adult child leagues. And then I guess I liked it. And I ended up, moving on up and doing it in high school. Doing it in high school was JV for I remember my freshman year, our team was stacked, dude. Like our team was so good. Like I was surprised I made the JV team. That's how
good we
were.
Can a freshman not make varsity?
No, freshman. I mean, if they're good enough.
Okay.
Sophomore year, a lot of them left, but we still had some good, gunslingers. And then my junior year, they all left, and I went from being like mid to the best person on the team. So, junior year, sophomore year, I was varsity captain, and I kind of got tired of bowling for a bit after high school, even though I worked at a bowling alley, which was really fun because I just could bowl whenever I wanted to, just turn the lanes on and
Homer
just
Simpson.
throw balls. I did work at a bowling alley for a long time too, which was fun as a mechanic. I did everything but manage that place. I missed that place. I got to go back there. But then
I was gonna say, like in the episode of The Simpsons when they recall when Maggie was born, Homer retired from the nuclear power plant to go work at the bowling alley. But then when Marge got pregnant again, he had to go leave that job, go back to the nuclear power plant.
Mm.
Yes, and then I would say like right before COVID, I started getting that itch for bowling again, and I started to go bowling again, and it was fun. And I bowled. I did a what league was that I did? It was a UBA, the Underground Bowling Association. I did that. That was pretty cool. I did a bunch of leagues for the USBC. Did a couple tournaments, and then just like senior year of high school, I was like, I'm done with this. And that was probably about 2-3 years ago, and I haven't picked up a ball since. I got about 12 balls in storage. I have a $250 pair of bowling shoes.
Wow.
Just collecting dust in storage. I wanted to go pro, but never did.
Yeah, I had no chance of going pro cross country. I was 5'7" at short legs. I'm lucky I broke 20. And most I do now, I just play beer league hockey with my friends. But I haven't even done that in a while. But I'll get back to running soon.
You know what we should start?
What?
A kickball league.
Bro, I would love to do a kickball league.
I'd join an adult softball league before doing a kickball league.
Why not? Kickball's so much fun.
Yeah, kickball is like less strenuous too.
And it's a lot more. It's just kickball. Like, what would be more nerds talking sports than a kickball nerds talking sports league?
That'd be
Fair
awesome.
enough.
Right?
Good luck getting enough people to do that, though.
If only there was a way that we could ask people who don't know if they want to play kickball.
Send the mass text message now.
I'll double check about questions.
For me, for sports, I played soccer when I was a kid. Everyone did. Pinelanders. And that's the extent of my sports play. In high school, apparently, I was told by the lacrosse team at Freehold Township High School that I had the build for it. And they were like, yeah, Tim, you'd be really good at lacrosse. And I was like, I don't want to get hit by a giant rubber ball. So I'm not playing this game. But my brother, apparently, my oldest brother, was like the captain of that team the first year it ever existed.
Wow. But that's basically it for tonight. No other questions, Tom?
No. Actually, hold on. My freshman year, I didn't even make JV. I was backup for JV because our team was so good. And I was averaging like 200, by the way. That's how good the team was.
Wow.
That I was averaging 200 and I wasn't even on JV. I would pace the girls team because we didn't have a girls team. So I would pace the girls team that we were bowling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You ever bowl 300?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've bowled one officially, but I never got my ring because you have to buy it.
Oh.
And then I've bowled countless open.
Yeah.
I remember there is the last 300 I got though is on TikTok, and I did my best.
Who do you think you are? I am
PDW impression.
That clip's incredible.
Who do you think you are? I am. Which that's not what he even wanted to say.
He was just
he was just so excited. It's like, who do you think you are? And then like he just like, who do you think you are? I am.
I think the most points I've ever gotten bowling is maybe
they're called
maybe
pins.
I broke.
They're called pins.
Sorry, I said bowling.
You said points. So they're called pins.
Whatever. The most pins I've ever gotten bowling, I think I may have broken 150. Maybe. I'm really bad at bowling. But then there'll be the odd strike, one or two in the game, and I'll be like, man, I should do this more. No.
Yeah. Zach is also a bowler too.
I did not expect that.
Neither did I.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I got to start running again before lose that weight before the baby comes. But anyway, Tom, why did you come up with the question part?
So with all that said, remember every week we wow. Remember every day on the week that we record, every week on the day that we record, rather, we'll post a story on our socials, and you can leave us a question and have your question answered on the podcast. Alternatively, on that same post will be a link to our podcast. Not our podcast, a link to our website where you can click on that link and it takes you to our website. Wow. Bottom right corner of the website will be a microphone icon. You click on that icon and you can leave us a voicemail and have your voice heard on the podcast, just like Josh.
That's right. Just like Josh.
Be like Josh.
Right. Yeah. Time to wrap this up. And I'll actually acknowledge you, Tommy Joe, instead of Zach Daniels this time. Thank you again to Recall Garage for sponsoring this episode. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at Nerds Talking Sports and on Twitter and Instagram at N_T_S podcast. No, I forgot the third underscore. I'm so good.
No one's gonna know where to go, Jack. It's _N_T_S_podcast.
Yes. And be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. This is Jackknife, along with Tommy Joe and Timmy Horton. Have a wonderful night, everyone.